I'd say very few people have been able to work under better coaches and learn different.
No, he had certainly, I mean, there's a lot of great coaches to work under and that kind of stuff, but when you take the people that he's worked under, I mean, it's certainly been a good experience for him.
Did you think you'd ever get to be a head coach when you saw him when you first came on campus?
Yeah, I think you could take every coach. You could take every coach, or 90% of them. To be a head coach, you've got to be good. This is my view. Now, that doesn't mean it's true. I think you've got to be at the right place at the right time. Have the right people backing you at the right time. And those things have worked out for Brett.
And at cornerback, you've got a nice battle there with Lowry and Castillo. What do you see out of both of them, and how do you think that's going to play out?
Well, I think Castillo is very smart, hard-working. Lowry has some natural quickness and ability. That's a young kid. You just sort of tap the gold mine in Lowry, but he's got a lot of potential. So, yeah, I think they've both got their pluses.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Up front, you lose 3 guys to the NFL, but you have 3 seniors that are up there, and then a lot of younger guys coming in. Just what's your assessment right now of how that looks going into this season, and what could eventually evolve as the season goes on?
Well, I think size-wise, they're not as big, but then Carl Davis is a big kid, so just younger and inexperienced, but eager to learn, eager to take over. Young guys that are inexperienced, that have some ability, and it's a case of how long does it take them to master the deal. All those little intricate calls, and, when you're playing football, it's like anything else. You sort of build up a memory bank. It's hard to practice everything. So when things happen, sometimes you have to say, "Oh, that's like so-and-so did it 4 weeks ago," or "That's how so-and-so did it last year. I know what you're talking about." Well, these guys don't have that memory bank that Claiborne and Ballard and Klug had, because the only way you gain that memory bank is by playing.
And then with James Morris, he was able to come in last year as a true freshman and provide a real immediate impact once he stepped on the field. Now that he's going into his sophomore year, what are your expectations for him kind of being the center of the defense?
Well, I mean, James played a lot last year. He's got to correct those freshman mistakes that he made. He did a good job, but he was a freshman player. I mean, and it goes right back to what I was saying. James is acquiring a memory bank. When he first went in there, his first time on the field, I mean, he didn't know anything. Now you can refer to things, and there's no question he knows more about what's going on and knows more about what he sees than he did a year ago.
And then just regarding your health, one thing Coach Vance was talking about is how the talks he's had with you is just he wanted you to just be able to kind of stick to a pace and so that way you're able to be out here on a regular basis. Is that something that you found yourself doing more now as you've gotten older, or how does that work?
Well, I mean, this is like a marathon. Today was only the first lap of the race, so I'm not sure what the pace is. I feel good.